Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have Sneakerella. This is, if you can't figure it out, is an obvious modern retelling of the Cinderella story, except everything's changed for the most part, from its location to the gender of the main characters. Yes, in this case, it's not a Cinder Girl Cinderella. It is a Sneakerella, but what would the male part of that be? I'm not a linguist, so Cinder Boy, Sneaker Boy, he's a Sneaker Boy. Yeah, he's L is played by Chosen Jacobs. He is an incredibly talented sneaker designer. Just humble kid from Astoria, Queens. Not exactly the least expensive area of Queens to live in, but I actually stayed with some friends there for almost a week a number of years ago, and it's a lovely area, but it's not cheap. But it's all about his neighborhood, and it's all about this is a story of talking about your roots and where you come from, and connecting with them and connecting with others through those roots, and how important it is. Of course, Elle, if you're going to stick to the original Cinderella story, well, he's lost his mother at a young age. Ding, ding, ding. Dead parent alert is required in all Disney films, but it seems like it anyway, even when they're not animated. By the way, this is one of the big changes in this is showing, it's kind of putting a big focus on the footwear more than the original Cinderella ever did. Yeah, it was a glass slipper. They made a big deal about that, but honestly, is there really only one person in that kingdom that could has that size foot? Like, was Cinderella really just the only girl with that size foot? Really? Anyway, but in Sneakerella, this is very much about not some sort of magically created shoe. It's very much about his talents and how the girl he meets, who just happens to be the princess of a kingdom of sneakers, sort of. Her father is a former basketball player who's made a multi-billion-dollar empire with a skyscraper in the center of Manhattan, and he's coming up with new designs. He needs new people to design things that are going to really blow people away at SneakerCon. And well, his daughter Kira is doing her best to contribute, and she knows that Sneaker L. Okay, now I get it. He's Sneaker L. They could have just called it Sneaker L, but Elle has a talent when she meets him by chance one day, and kind of form a connection. There's a little bit of romance there, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty upbeat. It's a musical, of course. So there's lots of singing and dancing, and it's pretty out there. So there's a lot going on in this. And if you need a modern retelling that's just sort of shifts everything around just a little bit without being a complete photocopy of the original. It has plenty of humor in it. The stepbrothers, Elle has a stepfather and two stepbrothers, and the stepbrothers are very much just bumbling goofs, just like the stepsisters. Although I think the stepfather, while he has his own ways of suppressing Elle and keeping him down, he's not necessarily a completely unsympathetic character. In the meantime, what we don't normally have, what we don't necessarily have in Cinderella, Elle in this case doesn't have an army of animals and to help him along. Instead, he has a best friend in the form of, what's her name? Her name's Sammy. She's played by Devin Dakota, and she's his best friend. Not a romantic interest. She likes girls, and that is just explained in one sentence, and is not a scary thing. So but she is very much the best friend who helps facilitate his every move for the most part, she's pretty good at making a distraction, because she's not a shy person, but she's a good friend. So, it's singing and dancing and everything else, but is there magic? Yes, there is somewhat of a fairy godfather, but they're not going to they're not doing the whole fairy thing. It's a guy who has magic. So don't want to it'd just be weird. I mean, honestly, yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, they could have totally gone with a drag queen, maybe, or something. I don't know, but no, he didn't need to do that. In this case, it's just a sort of an elder in the community that was very good friends with his mother, and you know that he's kind of got his something special about him. So yeah, he helps Elle along the way as well. Now, there's no bippity boppity boo, but there is a moment where a dream is a wish your heart makes. Yeah, that song does appear at one point in the movie. So this is a Disney Plus original. So it premiered here. It's the only place you can see it, as far as I can tell. And so yeah, I actually enjoyed it. It was has an upbeat feel. I don't understand the sneaker culture at all. I'm going to be completely straight with that. These sneakers don't do anything for me just because Michael Jordan wore them, or they're all sorts of colors and whatever. And I mean, the sneakers he created are pretty cool. They have a feature in them that is pretty much not a realistic thing, I don't think. But especially for a kid cobbling them together in the back room of a soon-to-go-out-of-business sneaker shop in Queens. Yeah, I don't know. But either way, he is talented, and it brings him... Well, I'm not going to tell you the end of it, but I think you can pretty much figure it out because it does mimic the original Cinderella film pretty well, with its own flair and a lot more music. So a lot more music, a lot more dancing, and a fun set of characters. So yeah, it may not be for everybody, but yeah, if you like musicals, you need something new to put in your list, and you want to have kind of an old school Disney feel, a little Disney reference. Doesn't have the old school Disney animation feel. You're not going to do that. You can't really do that. But with a nice modern twist, yeah, this is completely a fun option to watch. And it's family friendly. Everybody can watch it. There's nothing weird or freaky or scary or whatever else. Nothing's going to harm the kids. So that's all I can really say about that. It could be, yeah. Oh, it's who else is in this? Anybody else? I don't recognize a ton of people. Kira, she's adorable. She's played by Lexi Underwood. She's a lovely girl, but she has her own chops. She's by the way, I've ridden the 7 train in and out of Queens plenty of times, and nobody's ever danced and flipped around and done all that stuff. There is no room on that train. Trust me. Well, I mean, I guess there is when it's empty, but yeah, it's no. But hey, they make it work. But it's a musical, and you're afforded these things. And also, I do find it, without spoiling too much of the ending, they're aware that they're singing and dancing. Like, other people watching from the outside are aware people are singing and dancing. Because at one point, there's a big musical number that sort of finishes off the final confrontation for our hero. And people are observing this, and they're aware it's not just like two guys having a conversation in front of TV cameras. So, I don't know. Suspend your disbelief. Have fun with it. Anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
298.
298. Scroll. 298, right? Yes, 298. Oh, okay. Well, we watched recently a Mighty Ducks series that is on Disney Plus, but we're going to go back, not to the movies. We're going to go back to a different Mighty Ducks series, Mighty Ducks, the animated series. So yeah, that's what we got. Mighty Ducks, the animated series. We'll probably watch an episode of that and see how it goes. I'll be right back here tomorrow with that. Mighty Ducks, the animated series on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.